So this is the Twine project that I've put together for basically just to plan the different questions that you'll get asked in the first part of my major project. Um, it goes through a little scenario, starting with you've crashed your car, etc., etc., and then basically what you do determines kind of, well, it attempts to determine what your fears are based on the options that you don't choose. So, for example, um, you've got two paths, one that seems to have a large creature in it, and then the other one where light struggles to travel, so it's kind of a bit darker. The assumption is that if you're reading large creature, you're kind of wanting to avoid that, so you're choosing the other option, which means it will increase the like animal fear variable that I have. These are all the variables that I've got. It's like a little counter thing. Animal type, natural environment type, blood type, and then situational type. So it'll add one to the counter of the one that you don't choose, essentially. And then we've also got this download thing, which is kind of just for fun, because it's going to emulate the fact that whilst you're playing this in the actual game, there's going to be like a download bar at the bottom of the screen, which will lead to something I have not figured out yet, but kind of just doing it bit by bit. I can quickly run through it just so you can kind of see. It doesn't look particularly interesting because it just needs to serve a purpose. So I'll answer this how like I genuinely would. I'm a bit reluctant to test it with people just because um, A, I think that that would be a problem when it comes to my ethics form because I haven't done that yet, so I don't think I'm allowed to test it with people. And also, I want people to go in blind when they play it for the first time. So I'm kind of just keeping it to myself for now, which I suppose is a limitation, but that's okay. Um, so they're actually both kind of a hard choice for me, to be honest. Um, but I would rather just go blindly into the dark than the large creature. So this is the segment where like it's adding, it's increasing the variable, so it's just kind of whatever. Blood doesn't really affect me, so I'd rather be kind of there rather than a half stuck elevator. The spider would spook me, unfortunately. So another one of my concerns is that I have spoken about this before. One of my problems when it comes to people answering questions is whether or not they'll answer them based off of what they're scared of or based off of just common sense. This is one of the questions I'm not fully sure about, where are people seeing this and saying, okay, it's common sense to not go towards a cliff edge. You know, maybe they think, well, they're going to get pushed or something like that. So I try to make both questions be bad, both answers, sorry, be bad options. So I've got towards a cliff edge, which obviously you're going to get pushed. It's not ideal. Well, that's the assumption. And then down the tight emergency hallway, you're going to run into them because you're not actually leaving the building. So to kind of combat the fact that you can't just use common sense, like objectively, they're both kind of terrible decisions to make, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's kind of how I've tried to make it as accurate as possible. I would probably go towards the cliff edge. Yes. So with this question, this would probably gross me out. So another thing I thought was important was trying to mix up the which fears were put against each other. So animal, natural here, then it's animal blood, then it's animal blood again, and then animal, natural again. There's no animal situation, but I think that's just fine. My plan is, right now at least, for the top 2 answers to be used in some way. Again, I haven't really been able to plan too far ahead just because, I don't know, it's difficult to plan. But I'm just trying to focus on what I have planned to kind of not run out of time. So it's kind of all up in the air. It's not fully, I don't fully know what things are going to be used for, I guess, or like what will come after this, but I do know that there's going to be multiple parts of the game that will each have like a profiling aspect. So this is just one of them. And then, yeah, like I said, I think that the top 2 variables will get used in some way. But yeah, continuing on, I'm just kind of pretending to answer as if I was someone else, or just a player in general, I guess. Yeah, I've tried. I kind of mentioned it before. I'm trying to keep the answers as like logical as each other, where like one answer isn't as like, oh, this is obviously the right choice. Like I've said here, the bridge is secure yet wobbly, so like it's not just wobbly, where like going on it is gonna break. Yeah, which is kind of the thinking for that one. And then it kind of ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. You continue on your path through the clearing and find your car. It looks like someone is in the back seat. The download bar is like nearly full, and then it's full. So based off of my results, my top 2 fears are animal type and situational type, which I would say are quite accurate. Natural environment, like storms, darkness, stuff like that, doesn't really bother me too much. And then I think the blood type also doesn't bother me too much. I think the only reason there was 2 is just because the other one was worse, just in general. But yeah, I think it's kind of effective. The thing is, it is hard to test because, again, I want people to go in blind, so I've not really been able to ask too many people to review it and kind of see what they think. But I guess it's fine. That's kind of the whole point of the project, to see does the process work. It's like the whole point of my question. But yeah, that's essentially the system. Obviously, when I start working in Unity, I'm not fully sure how that system will work. I think it will be a similar variable-based system, and then kind of if certain numbers are higher or whatever it is, then stuff will happen. But yeah, that's basically it. All the questions are planned out, so that is kind of one of the phases, I guess, or sections of my game ready. So I am making progress, and yeah, sure.